Hey everyone, it is Caslow, and we are back with some more highlights. This time, going through the Myths of the Realm storyline from patch 6.1. Like the first wing of all Alliance raids, there's not a lot of big revelations that are going to make me make really big reactions, but I at least wanted to preserve my playthrough a little bit for you all. So go ahead and we'll take a look. Caslow, my thanks for coming. If you're now available, I'd like you and Raha to assist me in a task I had mentioned. In line with said purpose, I've been reviewing new requests, and one in particular jumped out at me. It comes from none other than Rambros, sons of the Sons of St. Koinak. While his missive is sparse on details, he writes that it lies beyond the Sun's expertise. Uncharted territory are the exact words he chose. I'd like you to meet with Rambros and conduct a preliminary survey. What say you? Wonderful. When you are ready, pray make your way to Revenant's Soul. I shall let Rambros know you are ready. You know to receive you there. Must remain here to oversee our operations. Should it transpire that more hands are needed, don't hesitate to send word. Well, there's no time like the present. If you could go on ahead to Revenant's Soul, I shall make ready and then be on my way. Rambros, what a pleasure to see you again. How have you been? The pleasure is all mine, my friend. I've been well, and it gladdens me to see that you are too. Now, I know you have demands upon your time, so I'll explain the particulars of our quest at once. Recently, an explorer came to us who claimed to have discovered the Phantom Realm. The Phantom Realm? So this is what you meant by uncharted territory. You're not familiar, perhaps unsurprising, given that it is a lesser-known legend. This legend holds that across Eorzea, there exists a realm that appears as a mirage. Though visible from a distance, it fades away as one draws near. While as featured in myths since ancient times, the realm's existence could not be proven, and thus it is seldom mentioned in literature. In spite of this, fueled by rumors of the occasional sighting, the myth has persisted and continues to capture the hearts and minds of explorers. That you yourself should reach out to us. It is real, then. When first the explorer in question approached us, we doubted him, but we couldn't doubt the evidence of our senses. Nay, the realm is real, as you will soon see for yourselves. Good gods! Part of me still struggles to believe it. We have no reason to doubt you. Suffice it to say, we are eager to see the realm too. Whatever truth awaits, I pray you will succeed in finding it. Seek out the explorer, one Derek. He has seen more of the realm than us, and should be willing to serve as your guide. I asked him to accompany me here, but he preferred to continue exploring on his own. He'll be somewhat near the banks of Silvertear Lake, I expect. Understood. Thanks, Rambros. Come, let us split up and look for our explorer. I mean, I know it's not this one because there's more closer. Or more further away, and they're not going to give us the first one we come across. Plus, everybody's huddled up over here by this baby Opopo. He's so cute. Just in case you were entertaining the thought, Caslow, the Opo Opo isn't our explorer. I have the man in question here with me. I'm Derek, the one who discovered the Phantom Realm. My apologies for making you search for me. Curious about this creature, are you? Found him injured during one of my journeys into town. Since then, he has taken to following me around. He's inquisitive, but otherwise harmless. So pray pay him no mind. You're the hero who delivered our star from doom, are you not? What good fortune that one as capable as you should lend his aid. To be clear, our organization has yet to accomplish the commission, or accept the commission. Before we can make a decision, we would conduct a preliminary survey. Will you guide us to the Phantom Realm? Of course, I will show you to the entrance at once. The gate to a realm long dreamed of by explorers. Could this be what Midgard Surmer's been guarding? What are you? He's walking on water. Impressive, isn't it? When the gate manifested, so did this magic, allowing one to thus walk upon water. This is just like your Yonje spell. Someone conceived the means to do this at will. An intriguing individual. It's perfectly safe, I assure you. Come. By the 12, you truly can walk here. What magic is this? By what means is this perpetrated? Cannot talk. Forgive me, let us continue on. This is the Phantom Realm. Now those domes over there reminded me a lot of Elpis. And ancient architecture in general. The Omphalos. Omphalos. The center or hub of something. In ancient Greek, the word meant navel. Also Delphi. To think that the entrance would lie over Silvertear Lake. There's nothing out of the ordinary with the environment. The sights, the sounds, the smells, all appears as they should be in nature. That is to say, this place is no illusion. Amphalos, you say this place is called? Named by my own conception, I confess. Felt we needed something to call it. Lest you wonder, the word means navel in the ancient tongue. An allusion to Mordona's location in the heart of Elenard. As you can see, there are man-made structures, and the place appears well kept. But there is a single soul in evidence. Yet there isn't a single soul in evidence. It is my hope that you will help me shed light upon this realm, to learn who created it, and to what end. I should also like to know why it has revealed itself now. Was it simply chance to keep it hidden, or something more? In any case, let us begin by taking a look around. Stone monument has been erected here, by whose hand you cannot say. The motifs wrought in that space are familiar. Yeah, it's the 12. Well, there's the Crystal Tower. In the distance, you see what appears to be the Crystal Tower. Though the clouds make it difficult to be sure, it would seem that you are in the sky above Silvertear Lake. No such isle could be seen from the outside, however. Finished looking around, have you? What are your impressions? We have only a cursory glance, but this is truly a mysterious place. Gleaming spire rising beyond the clouds. It is most certainly the Crystal Tower. Judging by its aspect, we are a considerable distance above Silvertear Lake, which would suggest that the gate we entered is a teleporter. However, if this isle is where it appears to lie, then it couldn't have escaped the Battle of Silvertear Skies unscathed. Which is to say, we are in Mordona, and yet we are not. 'Tis as if we were displaced from our world, if only slightly. Aye, the motifs upon yonder structure are unmistakably the marks of the 12. By which I posit that it was created to be a place of worship. But by whom? I cannot think of any who would have possibly built such grand premises. Never mind magically conceal it. At least, not in the wake of the Battle of Silvertear Skies. Aye, this is a mysterious place indeed. Well, it seems there's but one solution for our ignorance: thorough investigation. For this, we will require more manpower and supplies, among other things. With your permission, we will confer with our representative Kryl and make the necessary arrangements for a formal investigation. Hold, mortals. Lightning and fire opening up. And all four forming? You profane this sacred realm with your very presence, and must answer for your irreverence. Just gonna show all of them. I am Bygra, the Builder. Bygra? Then the 12 are real? Let there be no doubt, we are not simulacra, born of mortal faith. Nay, we 12 are divinities true. And in Heidelin's absence, we are the star's rightful rulers, its will. Closely have we watched mankind, and we have determined that you, champion of Heidelin, pose a threat to our ascension. You are foolish enough to wander into our realm. We could destroy you with ease here and now, but as divinities, we must demonstrate grace and forbearance. There's but one path. We must weigh this mortal's worth. Here, here, let there be a trial. While the mortal would invariably be destroyed, it would at least provide us with a diversion. What? You suddenly appear and expect us to simply comply with your whims? Protest if you wish, but mortal logic means naught to gods. You will abide by our laws. Lo, the gateway to our sanctums lies open. Show us the strength of mankind. Show us the honor of mankind. Show us the spirit of mankind. If man would remain the master of his own destiny, then assemble your comrades and come and prove your worthiness. Seven hells! During my previous forays, nothing like this ever happened. I encountered not a single soul, and certainly not gods. And by their own admission, they mean to take over the star. What are we to do? The situation has indeed taken an unexpected turn, but we must try to think clearly. 12 have long been revered and worshipped in Eorzea. Myths about them abound. To my knowledge, they have never thus appeared so openly before people. For these beings to suddenly reveal themselves just when we're here, claim supremacy over the star, and challenge Kaslo to a trial. Too much about this feels odd. It gives me pause. Fair enough, yet as it stands, it seems we can't dismiss the threat either. Whatever they are, if they're issuing a challenge, then challenge accepted. Dependable as ever, my friend. In any event, if these beings seek dominion over the stars they say, what happens here may have far-reaching implications. To that end, I believe we should take action. Suffice it to say, are you with me? Then the students of Baldessian will officially tend to the situation? Aye, in the course of studying the star's mysteries, we have undertaken to deal with any threats that may arise. This is no different. Right, let us deliberate a course of action. Derek, you know aught of these being sanctums? Aye, they are domains in the Phantom Realm that lie beyond each gate. I've explored them all. While I encountered no gods during my previous forays, I saw enough to know my way around. I am but a humble explorer and cannot contend with gods, but if you be willing to protect me, I'll serve as your guide. Assemble your comrades, Bygrat Betas. Strong as I know you are, we know little and less about our foes, neither their strength nor their true nature. It would be decidedly reckless to face them by ourselves. Nay, we must choose an approach that affords us the best chance of victory. To that end, this time I shall work behind the scenes, while you set forth to answer the gods' challenge. I'll do what I can in my capacity as a student. For one, it would behoove us to arm ourselves with knowledge about the 12, and I shall begin appraising Krile of the situation. By thus utilizing our resources to the fullest, we shall overcome whatever trials await. You're safe, thank goodness. I rushed here as soon as I heard the tidings from Rapa. Is this true? Beings claimed to be the 12 have appeared. You defeated them all. Incredible. I had no doubt that you would succeed, but I'm no less impressed for it. Raha. Raha! Seldom have I felt such exuberation. I'm sorry, anime. I was kind of distracted through that whole thing, so I couldn't talk much. Think the day would come that we would put an act for men. I must say, Bygrat, you played the villain's role to perfection. Come now, Master. I merely did what was necessary to compel the mortals to confront us. Still, it pained me to speak to our beloved children so unkindly. So you say, Azim. Yet you seemed happy enough to fight them. Did not forget the true purpose of the trial, I hope. Well, I couldn't help but be excited, and do not tell me you felt differently. Consider yourselves fortunate, children. 'Tis rare indeed to see Nalthal in such high spirits. What in the world is happening? Didn't you say you had defeated them? Did they manage to flee? Or perhaps were we summoned? Put up your weapons. You have naught to fear from us. Rest assured, we are not summoned beings. We do not drain the land of ether, nor do we take men into our thrall. But What are the gods who were summoned during the calamity? The ones Master Louis Soir called forth to protect the realm. That was not us, but a primal born of your fervent prayers for salvation. Indeed, that the worst of the calamity was averted and the realm restored in its aftermath was a direct testament to the power of your hopes. If you aren't primals, then what are you? Just as men harbor hopes, so too do we gods. To realize our aspirations, it is essential that we do battle with you. Thus did I falsely claim that we sought to rule the world. 'Twas deceitful conduct, unworthy of a divinity, and I must apologize, not only for that, but for using my power to do harm besides. These hopes of yours, won't you tell us what they are? We cannot. If you wish to know the truth, you must discover it for yourselves. It is not easy to move forward when there is seemingly no destination. But if you press on, you will eventually arrive at the answers you seek. Aye, you will understand why we hold our peace. Far more besides. You will learn the very truth of our existence. Go forth, mortals, and seek knowledge of us. When the time is right, we shall meet again in this place. Greetings, I am Crime, of the students of Baldesia. You have the pleasure of addressing Derek, the explorer who sought aid in investigating this place. Hi, I'm Derek, and this here is a baby Opo Opo. Yes, I can see that. Doesn't it have a name? None that I know of, nor would I presume to bestow one. That would be condescending. I see. That's very considerate of you. So while the gods tested you sorely, you do not sense any malicious intent. As Bygrat said, they wish to do battle with us, but it would seem they do not necessarily wish to cause us harm. Though much and more about this perplexes, mayhaps it is safe to assume they are not primals. As you may recall, Livingway once told us that the art of summoning, as taught by the Asians, incorporates the fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Thus do the resultant primals seek to enthrall worshippers, who in turn seek to grow their ranks. These beings appear to harbor no such desire. They are primals, and they are unlike those that have been summoned in recent memory. You might suppose that they were created in antiquity, in like manner to hide them. There's no way to prove it. Who could they possibly be? And why do they desire to battle with man? Even of your little Eosia, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance? Mitsulk did say that, didn't he? By which we may assume he knew the truth, and challenge you to seek it out too. Suffice it to say, you'll do so, of course. Insofar as we can ascertain, this is a matter which has implications for the entire star. In light of this, the students of Baldessian formally accept the commission. We will investigate the Phantom Realm and the beings who call themselves the 12. I'm pleased to hear that. Thank you. Without further ado, then, I will take a look around. There are a few things I'm curious about. Then with your permission, I'll take myself around Eorzea, investigate the worship of those gods we encountered. Castle, Derek, seeing as you've already seen this place, would you care to accompany me? By all means, in which case... You stay here with Cryle, my friend. It wouldn't do to leave fair maiden alone. Ock. There you are, Caslo. This place served as the base of operations for your investigation into Omega, did it not? How delightful to be here together. If you don't mind my making an observation, it seems you enjoy traveling with company. I do. Something I had dreamed of for a long time. It's nothing like traveling with good friends. Is that so? What of yourself? You normally travel alone? Aye, in my wanderings, I much prefer to have solitude. Not that I avoid people or communities, mind you. As a matter of fact, I've been here before, on the trail of the Phantom. Now that I think on it, more often than not, those places where Phantom Realm sightings are known to have occurred have a tradition of 12 worship. And I dare hope we are on the right track. As I'm sure you know, Rhalgr's Reach is home of the Temple of the Fist, the ancient headquarters of the Fists of Rhalgr. Raised by the Mad King Theodoric, the temple lay abandoned before the Alamegan resistance claimed it for its operations. While I doubt that much literature had survived over the years, people here may possess some knowledge of the local faith. So let us split up and make inquiries, and reconvene here afterwards, share findings. Aslan, what were you able to learn? Copy of one of the scriptures, you say? A moment while I skim over it. I see. This chapter appears to be a record of the construction of the great image of Rhalgr, written in a style that suggests folklore was committed to parchment. When the deluge of the Sixth Umbral Calamity threatened Eorzea, the ancestors of the Alamegans were guided to safety by a comet. Believing that this was sent by Rhalgr, they came to hold him in the highest. This much of the tale I had been familiar with. But according to the scripture, among those refugees who followed the comet, some claim to have caught sight of Rhalgr himself. Their accounts were passed down through the centuries, and worshippers of the Destroyer pieced them together, to give shape to yonder statue. I must say, it bears more than a passing resemblance to the being we encountered. Or that Rhalgr were a primal. The explanation for the similarities would be simple. That is, the statue gives rise to a unified interpretation of Rogger's appearance, which in turn lends form to the primal. However, this fails to account for what inspired the likeness in the first place. The scripture is to be believed. It was the sightings during the Sixth Honorable Calamity, yet for those witnesses to be able to recognize Rogger, they would have needed an agreed-upon idea of his appearance beforehand. We consider the history of the 12 worship, that it already existed in the third astrolabe. It would not be ridiculous to think that these divinities existed even prior to that. So the question is, did these beings give rise to their respective faiths? Or are they primals born of them? Thought we made it clear. We're not summoned beings. Just giving everybody a show. Okay. Since time immemorial, our domains have lain scattered across Eorzea. As a matter of fact, one of those in which you set foot is nearby. It's not unusual for our mortals to glimpse it. That voice, could they be? Indeed. I am Bygrat, and the hawk beside me is Rogger. Shall elaborate upon my master's explanation. We thus disguise ourselves when we wish to observe the world without. For being seen in our true forms would violate our laws of conduct. Yet though we similarly disguise our symptoms, veiling them in illusion, rents are known to manifest when the surrounding aether is unstable. In such time, should a gifted mortal chance to be near, they may inadvertently catch sight of us. Of course, during the Umbral Calamity, etheric imbalance occurs on a star-wide scale, the ideal condition for seeing the phantom. Precisely how many times we have been seen, we ourselves have no way of knowing. But that is a sound assumption to make. Well, Bygrat, believe that much shall suffice, by way of an apology for our deception, shall we? Indeed, that is all we are at liberty to reveal. Fare you well, children of man. Aside from their reticence, where it concerns their identity and objective, these divinities are certainly approachable. What they said was true, and their worship can be traced back to their sightings. It would serve to explain one thing. According to my research, in the field of comparative mythology, Rogger is often observed to bear many similarities with Ramuh. Assuming both were inspired by the Rogger of the Phantom, their divergence may be attributable to differences in culture between man and Silk. So you believe that they gave rise to the prevailing faiths of Eorzea? Given available evidence, yes, I am inclined to. Yet none of this explains their presence. How and when did beings of such power come into existence? Oh, 'tis you, Crab. Something happened. Truly. Very well, I shall take care of it. Kryla has recruited an acquaintance to aid in our investigation, an authority on mythology. I must go and receive her at the sunken temple of Karn, where she is currently conducting fieldwork. After a brief detour to prepare a little something. Conveniently, Thanalan is home to countless parents of Nalthal. While I attend to business, may I ask you two to make inquiries in Uldal? Very well. Excellent. I will join you as soon as I'm able. By your leave. The deific twins, Nalthal. Here they worship Thal, keeps the realm of the dead, and weighs the mortal men's souls. In contrast, Nald keeps the world of the living, and oversees their financial fortunes. Their names are borne by many a location, and religious organizations. Some extremely wealthy and powerful exist to nurture faith in them. On the surface, it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Uldal would be home to such spiritual people. It is actually quite logical when one considers that their religion is, in essence, commerce. In any event, Nalthal is a truly unusual divinity. It was originally held to be one god, came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being, possessed of two personalities. And they overheard us. Did I mishear? Did he just say he encountered Nalthal? While his appearance differs somewhat to the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there are striking similarities in their nature. They're starting to attract attention. Forgive me. This is hardly the place for such a conversation. Let's continue it elsewhere. Now then, to finish our conversation. As I mentioned, though the Nalthal is worshipped by men, they are somewhat different. There are undeniable similarities in nature. I believe we may report this much to Gralhatia. That, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we might seek him out at the sunken temple. You mentioned needing to make a detour. Were we to set out now, we ought to be able to catch up with him. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, better to use our time productively. Wouldn't you agree? And let us head to the sunken temple of Karn at once. Not enough. Food. I need food. I have not saved dried meat, tough as leather. Do you have anything easier to consume? Yes, Derek, what are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady, Snowheim. Brought you Archon loaf and coffee. Made sweet and creamy, just as you like it. Huh, I am reborn. Washed down with sweet beverage. The life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Thank you, kind stranger. However, you knew my preferred source of sustenance. You are truly a godsend. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? I don't recall mentioning my fieldwork. It's for my research in the Beladians' worship of Azema, you see. What you heard from crime? Students are presently investigating the 12th. We would prevail upon your expertise. I introduce Snowheim, expert mythologist. She's a collaborator of the students, and like many a Charlian scholar, is passionate about her endeavors, to the point of forgetting to eat. Well, abide in the Phantom Realm, and you exchange not only words with them, blows besides. Incredible! Your description of the domains, thunderous tower in one, and a sweltering city in another, are precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire are depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believed that there even existed 7 heavens, 7 hells. Aetherology has since established that departed souls return to the ethereal sea. But it seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of mortal imagination. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. But more than that, dying to know more. Which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, let us head back to Emphalos. Kryl awaits us there. We're back, Kryl. Hi, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job leading the students. May I say, what a lovely place this is? At a glance, this appears to be the highest of the heavens of legend. The 7th heaven. No, those aren't symbols representing the other heavens. Take it those are their respective gateways. Should like to pay them all a visit. In the course of exploring Emphalos, 2 things caught my attention. First is the gate which lies in the innermost area. Each of the other 6 gates lead to an elementally aspected heaven. We stand in the 7th heaven, as Snowheim says. What then lies beyond that last gate? Second is this monument. It harbors some manner of magic, like anything I've seen before. We'll endeavor to decipher it, but it will take time. Divinities that existed since time immemorial who abide in domains resembling the heavens of legend. Why have these chosen to reveal themselves to mortals, seeking battle? Unless they favor us with more of their secrets, it would seem this monument holds the key, solving the mystery. Indeed, much and more yet lies beyond our understanding, but we'll keep chasing the truth together. As I'm sure you'll all agree. Though, this is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. Which in, might I suggest we return to Revenant's Toll and have a rest, before we embark on the next stage of our investigation. But rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I'd fairly forgotten what it felt like. Indeed, and it's quite fitting that we should be doing so here at the seventh heaven. Fitting. It's an understatement if I've ever heard one. Seventh and highest of the heavens, rules over the remaining six, right here in Mordona all this time. This isn't fitting, my friends, it's destiny. You're obviously well versed in myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. Vested as they are in their research, it doesn't take much to stoke their passions. My apologies if they make you uncomfortable. Well, as pleasant as this has been, it's past time we return to the annex. Paperwork for this commission isn't going to complete itself, alas. Now I shall take myself to Endwalker. So much that I'd like to see. I believe I will go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. Alright. You take care now. Oh, Castle, it's pleasant, isn't it? The smells and sounds of a tavern makes one feel alive. Afterwards, stepping outside alone and breathing the cool air. I like that just as much. While we await developments, I shall remain here in Revenant's Soul. If there are any tidings, rest assured I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. Doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. Alright, and that is the end of this section of Myths of a Realm. Well, there you have it. That is this wing of Myths of the Realm. We will be back in 8-9 months for the second wing, unless they give us something in patch 6.2 like they did with the Near raids, and we'll be back with that. Which I could see them doing because we didn't go into a ton of research into the 4 deities we encountered, so I wouldn't be surprised. So if you want to see that video as soon as it comes out, be sure to click that subscribe button. You'll get to see all my videos as well as soon as they come out. There's also links in the description below to my Twitch channel where you can give me a follow and know anytime I go live playing games, as well as links to my social media and a link to my Discord channel if you want to be part of the daily community. But with that said, we will see you guys next time. Take care.